Hey, Cove family. Dan Baumgartner here. Another Wednesday kind of midweek update, and we are at our house again, kind of on the side by the driveway. If you hear noise around, it's just neighborhood noise. We got kids playing. We have a 80th birthday party across the street that's getting going. All sorts of things going on. Hey, if you're like me at all, you are probably tired of this pandemic and the costs that we're realizing of not being around people and being limited in where we can go. I was really feeling that yesterday, especially sort of a restless day. But it seems a little ironic that right when we're feeling antsy like this, the numbers that are coming in are telling us that this is actually the most important time for us to continue on in the shelter in place and really thinking through how we engage or not with people. So I'm just encouraging you in that. It's hard, but it's important. And so here we go. It's ironic, actually it's appropriate that we're outside because today is Earth Day, 50th anniversary, in fact, of Earth Day, and it is a glorious, glorious Sonoma County spring day. Plants, blooms, it's amazing. One of the plants in our yard, just a few yards away from me here, is a small cactus that we have that is blossoming. And I'm going to show you a picture of that. Now this cactus is actually a cactus that has quite a bit of history with us. It was a gift that was given to me back in 2016 when I did a wedding of some folks from Los Angeles. It was a tiny little cup at that point, and now it's probably a foot or so tall. It was planted in our garden in Los Angeles. We moved it up here to Santa Rosa, but the history is that in January of 2016 I was asked to do this wedding of a young couple, and the wedding was actually up near Palm Springs at Joshua Tree, the national park. It was outdoor, and it was probably the most beautiful setting of all the weddings I've done. It had to be one of the most beautiful settings. And I have to say it was one of the coldest settings because it was January and it was actually 41 degrees when the wedding started. In fact, it was so cold that the violinist who was there to do some special music every 2 minutes had to keep retuning his strings because they'd go out of tune because it was so cold. Anyway, that young couple gave us the cactus as a gift, and now we have moved it along, and we're enjoying watching it bloom along with the whole rest of the yard. And I'm cognizant on this day, especially this Earth Day, that we have this huge privilege and responsibility that God actually made us stewards and caretakers of His creation. And boy, we're enjoying the fruits of it. Last night and tonight again, a big meteor shower. Visible, I'm told, by Anne, who woke up at 4 a.m. and looked at the meteors. I didn't quite make it up. And just in looking around the flowers and the buds and the birds, it's amazing. And my encouragement is for you to at least take a walk. Just even around your block, and wear a mask and be separated from people, whatever it is, but just take a walk and take in some of this beauty of God's good creation. I just wanted to read a couple verses of Psalm 147 to you as we're here in this beautiful nature. It says, "How good it is to sing praises to our God, how pleasant and fitting to praise Him. Sing to the Lord with grateful praise. He covers the sky with clouds. He supplies the earth with rain. He makes grass grow on the hills, provides food for the cattle and for the young ravens. The Lord delights in those who fear Him, who put their hope in His unfailing love." How good it is to sing praises to our God. So be encouraged this day, friends. The Lord is with you. It's evident even in God's good creation. And His presence with us is bigger than just our feelings, which tend to go up and down and up and down. So however you feel today, know the truth that the Lord's with you. One quick reminder, as the economic times get tougher, We have at the Cove some small ways that we're able to help people. The two funds that we've mentioned before, the Acts 432 fund for folks inside of the Cove is available if there's help needed with groceries or an electric bill or part of a mortgage or whatever it is. And then also the Deacons Fund for folks that we know who are not part of the Cove community, but who need some help in different ways. The applications for those are in the church office, and I can help you with that, or a deacon or an elder can. So, great to be with you. Here comes Ann, actually, with the mail.
Hi, Cove. How are you? Yeah, I just picked up the mail.
Nice.
Yes, got a postcard, got some bills, got a magazine. Yeah.
Nice.
Best time of the day, the mail. Which reminds me, I have a community project which I've been sort of scheming on that I want us to do together. And I'm going to take you into my studio and explain about that. It has to do with the mail and how we can stay connected in a couple of different ways.
So we're going into your studio?
Yeah, we're going in.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, now we're in my studio. I want to tell you about a project I've come up with for us to stay connected and be creative. I'm calling it Dear Cove. It's a postal mail project. You might not know that I'm very involved with the postal mail, and I have a little collective I started in Los Angeles. I thought this would be a great way to stay in touch and encourage each other. So the basic idea is we're going to make or write postcards, send them into the Cove Church building, and then they're going to be kind of documented and then sent back out. So you won't get yours back. You'll get a different one that someone else sent. So the postcards are written to the general community, Dear Cove, and they're signed with your personal name. So let me just tell you how we're going to do this. Very basic. You may have postcards around your house that you collect, so feel free to use that kind that's already pre-printed and then just fill out the other side. But you might need to make one because you don't have one, or you like to make art mail, so please do that. Postcards can be 4 by 6 inches as a max if you're going to use the postal stamp, and they can be bigger if you're going to use a letter stamp. This is how you address a postcard. A line down the middle. The side on the right is just the address. Up in the corner, stamp, return address up here, and then your message. I know you've seen that, but just got to remember, keep a 1/2 inch along the bottom clear so the Postal Service can track the mail. The kind of stamps we're using and the address, 35 cents for a postal card, 55 cents for a regular letter. You can always use a 55. They're happy to have all the money, but you can use a 35 if you have that. You'll be using the Cove's full mailing address, 5146 Old Redwood Highway, 95403 in Santa Rosa. So when you do that and you get that done, then you can decide how you want to put your encouraging part. You can do some images. You can write a favorite verse. I started working on one here and I put the Psalm 23, and then it says, you lead me beside still waters. And then I found a picture of still water. I'm gonna glue that on with my glue stick. Just make sure you glue things down because it's going through that mail process. And then the other side I could write my encouragement or just my hello and sign my name. You might want to collage on the back of blank, collage different things like that. If you don't have any cardstock, you can use boxes from crackers and seltzer cans, things like that. It's called chipboard. It's a very nice weight. You can write on the back. If it's usually blank, put your stamp up there and then just write it's going to be brown, or you can cover it up with glue and paper over it. You can use the design that you get, or you can cover that up and collage it. There's so many ways to do it. The important part is just get it in the mail, because then you can get something back and we'll start this process going. So I hope you'll join us. Dear Cove, send a postcard in and wait and see what comes back. Have a great week. God bless.